Hello and welcome back to Scatterbrook Farm Garden Designs. Well, here we are yet again. Right. One of my viewers, going by the name, I think it's Sankit, wants to know, could I do a tutorial or a video showing how I landscape my whole farm? Now, all I can do is explain how I work, what I look for, and how I arrange it. I can't just take it all down and do design by design because it will just, I've got my farm at the moment how I want it. But what I will say to you is it will help you. Okay. Just make sure my little dog's okay at the window there. She barks. I do apologise. She just likes to be on YouTube. Okay. So the way that I work, the way that I design is I always work, like I say in my other videos, I always work with squares and rectangles. So let's start at the beginning. So this area here, right on this corner, what I do is I put a boundary, okay, to the area that I want to work. So a square that I want to work, and then everything goes into that square. Okay, so if you imagine where this wall is, all the way around the outside, of there, up the back, and then a fence down here. And then I know that none of the feature that I put in there will exceed that boundary. It's got to stay within that boundary wall, or fence, or hedge. So then you make the feature. Now, it does show you in my other videos how you can do this. It's just trying to find where it is. I've done so many videos. But there is one that's called Squares and Rectangles, if you look for it there. And it does give you a little tutorial on how it works. But so once you've got this square, okay, and you've decorated it and you've got the feature like that. So we've completed this feature now. This is done. So then we put a path going up to the boat from the farmhouse. Now you can have a muddy path, you can have slabs, you can have whichever path you want. But then the other side, we've now working in a large rectangle, which is the area for the river and the trees. So as you can see there, it goes along the slabs, up there, and along the river bank, and back across into the river. So once I put that row of olive trees and flowers in a row along that bank, from the white path to those flowers is the rectangle that I've got to work with. I can't go beyond it. I've got to get everything within that area. Now, once you've done that design, you then move the other side and you've got another large rectangle. And then you do exactly the same again. You put a feature in there. And then once you zoom out, even though you've got a square and two rectangles, they all look joined. They all look part of, they all look together. So even though you've done separate designs, the way that you do it is it looks at the effect that they're all joined. So again, when I move on down to this area here, so I've got the area there going up the wall by the flower shop, up to the cliff, down the cliff to the jeweler, and down to this end of the wall where the bridge is to that cactus, and then to that olive tree there. So that is the square. Okay, you can see the square there, and that feature goes in there, so I can work to that. Okay, now when that feature is done, I can then put a bridge next to it. Then I put the bridge, the water going under the bridge, and then when I come this side, before I get to the actual lake, I've got a little square this side of the bridge. So we're up the wall, by the tea shop, by the end of the fence, across just that other side of the trumpet tree, and back up the slabs. So there's another little square there. That gets done. Okay, so you decorate that. Then we come down to the boating lake. And as you can see, it's a long rectangle again. All the way down by the blackberry bushes, up by the coffee shop, up towards this leafy tree, across, level with the trumpet tree, and along the riverbank to that purple tree. So there's another rectangle, okay? So even though it all looks joined, what you've got a large rectangle, you've got a small square, you've got the bridge, you've got a square there. And by adding those three lots together, it all becomes joined. It all becomes one feature. And then again, same with this, a mini square there. You can see the square there. You've got a rectangle there. You've got a slight rectangle there. A large rectangle there. And then when you zoom out, all these features all look joined. They all look together. You know, wherever you look on that farm, it all becomes one big garden, all blended. And that's because you're working in areas. When you come across to there, this area here, there's a large rectangle there. There's a square there. Rectangle there. Rectangle there. You see that area where the blackberry bushes are, there's another rectangle. You do that feature, and then when you've done all those features, they all become one, and that gives you that lovely effect of it all being together. So that's how I work as a designer, doing areas, squares and rectangles. I mean, when I used to landscape in real life and did all my designs, it was virtually the same thing. You had a show house like this farmhouse. You'd have a gap, and then you'd have another house, and then a gap and another house. And we used to landscape all the front gardens, and we used to work in squares and rectangles. Different features in front of the house, in between, in front of the house, in between, in front of the house. And what you've got is you've got three houses in a row with the gardens that all looked joined. They all looked together, and it looked just a beautiful mass of colour and trees and water features and bridges. And it's three separate houses, but the way that it's done, connecting like this, makes it all look one beautiful layout. So that's how, you know, how I work with my designs. So Sankit, yeah, you're better off just picking an area, putting the boundary, filling it, then do a boundary next to it, fill it, and then another boundary, square or rectangle, whatever feature you want, and then they will all become joined. Because if we go, we go to the paper now, and we just pick somebody as 120 level there. Okay, there's a crate. You got a little football pitch going on there, look. Kick off in a minute. So, you know, they've got squares and rectangles, you see, and it all becomes, do you see what I mean? It's all linked. All linked. Now, let's see if we can find one where it's level 92. Yeah, now you see, there's no squares or rectangles in this one. All the machines, everything's just been put down. You know, that's up to them where they want to put it all. It's their farm. But if you want the best out of your farm and to make it look really, really spectacular, if you don't work to an area, you're going to have stuff all over the place. It's going to be stretched, and you're going to run out of room on your farm. See what I mean? How it's all spaced out. You know, all the machines there, look, you see. Now, okay, you could say, well, that's a square there. You know, they put that there. But it doesn't look joined, does it? It doesn't look... It all looks formal. Whereas, you know, when you go back to... when you go back to my one, you see, you got that square, there's the feature, then the rectangle, there's the feature, rectangle, feature, squares, squares, rectangle. and you've got that beautiful outset. Just really, really nice. So that's how I work. So so what I want to do with you guys as well today is I'm going to take you now down to my designing farm, and I just want to demonstrate, okay, what you can do with an area like this. This is just a starter, okay? So again, like I said, I work in there to a large square, and we're going to fill that area. Okay, and when that design is done, then we can blend another one there, a rectangle or a square, and blend that together, and before you know it, you've got a lovely feature farm. So we can do a live design. So what I got there is, you can see I've got from the boat a line of white slabs. Now they're going all the way down in front of the farmhouse and back up here whenever you want to decorate there, but we'll just leave it to this corner for now. Come to the house around the inside of the wall. So basically we've got the wall one space in from the river, and then it comes down one space in from the shop, so you can put this row of flowers down, put a dividing wall there, you know, just a little bit of wall sticking out as a bit of character, a little tree there to hide the gap. So once we've got that area there, now obviously I'll leave that there so you can screenshot that area, so you can count the slabs, count the pieces of fence, and then we can do it as we go. I'll talk you through it as we go. Okay, so what we can do, we could have, I don't know, we could have Zay, the last video that you saw, she had a large green area, exactly the same as this, and she didn't know what to do with it. So I think what we could do is, if we do a live design, but we'll do it in two parts. We'll do a video today, and then the next video, we can do the second part to it. And I think what we can do a mystical design. Now, what I mean by that is something where you've got a path leading up through a little woodland and creeping up through and just leading to your imagination. So it's a lovely little path creeping up through. It's just something different. So if you can get that to start with, okay, I'm a couple of plants missing there between the daffodils, but we'll go and we'll see how we get on. Now obviously with the live design, you know, there's things that we change here and there, move it and that, but we can watch a video back, and you can copy the design if you like the design, and we'll do it in two parts. We can do one today and say one tomorrow. Okay, so we'll do, say, the back and then the front tomorrow. So right, okay, so what we need to do now is this area here, we've got quite a large gap where the fence stops. So what we want to get is, we want to get a green leafy tree. There's one over here. Okay, now as you can see that tree, there's a branch sticking out to the bottom right. If I turn it, it now kicks out to the left, doesn't it? Okay, I'll turn it again. That there, see the bottom branch, that big long branch? You want that kicking to the right, okay? And what we can do is, we can get that tree and we can put it there. Perhaps we could have it a little bit close. Yeah, just there. So that's just creeping behind the house and covering the end of the fence. So now what we want to do, we need to have a row of green leafy trees, not the dark green leafy ones. We go for the normal leafy tree, which is this one here. Okay, so what we can do, we need to be able to place those trees in a position, okay, where they don't obscure this fence. Okay, they need to come in one there. Okay, so we've got one, and we can have two, we can have three, we can have four. Okay, I'll tell you what we can do. We'll move that to there, and we can put a purple tree in there. Gives it a nice bit of effect in between. So you've got 3 green leafy trees, we then got a purple tree, then a green leafy tree. Right, let's go back to the leafy trees, and we can go one more to there, and one more to there. Okay, let's just put one more there for the minute. One there. Okay, so you can see now that we've got that row of trees, and you can see the brown fence the other side. Now what we need to do is get a large conifer. Okay, and this is the big conifer, and we can put that just in there. Now that covers that little gap nicely. Okay, so now we go to the other green leafy trees, and we can now come down the other side. We can go one there. I'll tell you what, we could go. Yeah, one more. One there. I've got to leave the gap for the mystical bit at the back. Another one there. Another one there. Leave a gap, because obviously we got to put the purple tree. And then we can go there and there. Let's have a look. That was there, wasn't it? So we need 4 down there. So 4 down there. Then we can go and get a purple. Oh dear, have I got a purple tree? Yeah, we got one there. Now one's got tassels on it, and one hasn't, because I haven't got two purple trees. And then what we can do then is just continue these trees down. So we go down to 1, 2. Let's just have a look. Yeah, that's quite nice. Yeah, so we're working on that avenue of trees now. So now we need another large conifer. So you got the pine tree and you got the big pine tree. So the big pine tree kicks, just got to kick back one against there like that. Now what we can do is get a couple of daffodils. One there and one there. How's that look kicking in? Yeah, that's nice. Now we get a couple of large green leafy trees. This is the dark green, and we can have one there. Okay, now these branches, you see the spurs on the bottom again. I need to get that one back again. Oh, here we go. Right, so see, one's going right, one's going left. See, you don't want them being turned the same way. You see, they're facing the same way. You want one out, one across. So this one here goes there, and that one, no, like that. Okay, so now what we need to do, we need to have a nice effect, like the tree is going up into the path is going to go up into the woodlands. So what we can do is we will go to our paths, and we can put a path to there, put a path to there, path to there, and a path to there. Let's just have a look. Yep. So there's 4 pieces of path. Now we need to get an acacia tree, 2 of those. So what we can do, we can put the acacia tree, 1 there and 1 there. Okay, and we will turn that one there and that one there. So as you can see now, that mystery path is going up into the back there. So you can imagine, you know, use your imagination. It's going to the little boat there or out to the main boat. Okay, so now what we can do is we can get some tall grass. If we got tall grass, we can put 1 there and 1 there. Okay, so already now we're getting that lovely little canopy effect where you can walk under. Right then, so now what we can do is get 2 more large conifers. So we got a big pine there. We can get a big pine there. Now let's just have a look what that's actually looking like. Can it come down one? No. Yeah, that's quite nice. I'll tell you what, that needs to come down there, down there. Let's have a little look. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, now we need some more daffodils. So we can have 1 there, 1 there. We can have 1 there and 1 there. So with these ones, those can be kicking into the path and these can go out to the path. Not sure with these conifers. Let's have a little look whether they can go down one. Yeah, that's better. That one there kicks out. So you've got the 2 middle ones kicking in and the 2 outside ones kicking out. Now we need a small bush there. There we are. So we can have 1 there and 1 there. Right. Now what we can do, we can add another piece of path. Okay. Now let's have a look at what we've got there. Boom, ba dum dum dum. Right. Let's get some yellow roses. Put 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. Put that to there, that to there, that to there, and that to there. Now, we got anything with a bit of colour, a bit of red, something like that? Yeah. We can have 1 there and 1 there. Let's have a look. Turn that to there and that to there. Lovely. So now what we've got that beautiful little walkway that's going up into, you know, through the little garden there, little colourful garden, and then we've got that. It's just going like a little mystery up into the trees. So what we've got the height at the back, with the trees and the purples and everything. Beautiful little canopy going on, and we can walk up through the garden itself. So now what we can do is I'm going to put a bit of fat. Watch Phoebe live. Did you see that? Popped up. Watch Phoebe live in 30 minutes. Right. 1 there. 1 there. 1 there. And 1 there. Let's move that down 1 more. You can always, you know, I know we're moving stuff here and there, but you know, when it's a live design, some things will go and some things won't go. so you can just change them. Now we need another piece of path just to there. Now, as you can see, just by that lovely little corner area that we've got there, it's a shame that we haven't got another purple tree with the tassels on, because that would look lovely. It's really mystical, like something out of Harry Potter, isn't it? Yeah, you walk between the fence, up the path, and then it just to that little copse there, that little woodland area, and it's just to the imagination. It's something different. You know, you're not looking at a path that's deliberately taking you to somewhere. Like this path is going up to the boat, you can see where it's going. This is actually taking you up through a beautiful coloured little area and under the trees, and you're thinking, well, where does this go? And that area already looks really pretty just at the back there. So we've done that step by step. It hasn't taken long. So for those of you like Zay that wanted to know how to, what to put there, we've done a step-by-step guide there. So from the very beginning, you can count the slabs, count the pieces of wall, put them exactly where we had them. And then you can just keep, you know, watching the video back and just, you place it as we've done it. You know, there's a couple of things that I've moved, like those conifers on the right hand side. But just keep watching the video, keep watching it back, and you see where every piece goes, and then you should end up with a design like that. Okay, so I did say we'll do it in 2 parts, so it gives you a little bit of a chance to do this, rather than do the whole design in one go, and then you get a little bit stuck and think, oh God, what did he do here? I can't remember. So it's just as easy to do this part now, and then tomorrow I'll do another video with the front part, and we'll have a beautiful, beautiful design at the front as well. And then you will see that that whole square area will be a beautiful, beautiful design on the entrance. And then you can add a rectangle or a square on the other side of that path, and then that design becomes part of this design, and that is how I make my designs. So, yep, that's part 1. So, good luck. If you like this design, let me know in the comments, and we will be doing the part 2 of the design tomorrow. There'll be another video, so keep your eyes out and look out for the video for the part 2 of the mystical design. So until tomorrow, take care everybody, stay safe, don't forget to share the videos with all your friends, and we'll see you tomorrow. So yeah, cheerio.